it's all a mismatch right now. Hmm. So yeah, I'm going quiet because I'm trying to figure out something right now at the moment. Things are not going as well as I thought because I was trying to get him up here and be good and everything else, but it's not happening at the moment. But the show must go on. The show must go on. So anyway, so we got all our stuff. Like I said, we're 30, 40 minutes into the show. So right now, I pretty much said everything I need to actually say because I have not much more to add. Oh, yes. Clem Kufo, is going to go ahead and do my top 8 pound for pound fighters. The list has actually changed a little bit now since Alexa Brooke has now retired. So my list now, and I already told my guy this, but I'm going to go. My list starts is number 1, as y'all know, Sarah Brooke, number 1. Of course, Sexy Wife, number 2. Number 3 is Lyric Lane. Number 4 is Gary Spectrum. Number 5 is Valor Catfights. I still got Queen Gia Love still at 6. I got Paris Love now. Actually, I got Reagan. I'm sorry. I got Reagan at 7. And I got Paris Love at 8. And I still got Little Rampage and Davina at 10. But there's all subject to change because, like I said, there's quite a few cat fights coming up. The next one, like I said, is number 7, Reagan versus a new girl. And then 2 months from now, we'll have 6 versus, sorry. So we'll have 6 versus 8, which is Queen Gia ranked number 6 in our rankings. And number 8, Paris Love in our rankings, Saturday, April 17th. And then we'll have the big one where we have number 1 versus number 2, which is Sarah Brooke versus Sexy Wife on April 18th. And there's also an upcoming fight, maybe between number 2, Sexy Wife, and number 3, Lyric Lane. Keep your status up for that one. Lyric Lane has a cat fight on March 20th against an opponent I cannot say because she wants to be remain secret. But she has a fight coming up also. So I'll be interested to see what happens. Lyric is looking very good lately. If you pay attention to the Twitter pictures, she's been looking buff, looking swole, trying to become more athletic, trying to get in better shape. It looks like all the ladies are trying to get in better shape for these cat fights. So we'll see what becomes of it. So yes, like I said, I am in this chat right now, man. Like I said, it's trying to keep this ship steady until he comes in. Eventually, when he comes in, then we'll have something to talk about. But right now, I'm just trying to keep this ship steady for the moment and for the time being. So we keep it moving at the moment. At the moment, I'm trying to keep things moving right now. So basically, there's a few going on between Ziva Faye and Angelina. For people who want to know about that one, that's actually been set up for April 18th. I'm going to let Tilly talk more about that when she comes on later on. Hopefully, we'll get her on the next show, and then we'll have her talk more about the Reagan versus Peyton match. And she also has a fight. I don't want to confirm it yet because I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but it looks like it was probably going to be Paris Love versus Carrie Spectrum on March the 25th. We'll see if that gets confirmed. If it does get confirmed, have her talk about it more. And if that fight happens, Paris is going to have her hands full because Carrie's a veteran. Is a legend also in the game. It's very difficult. She hasn't fought in a while because she's more into customs now, but she's still very capable. Her last fight was against uh, Reagan, and she pretty much destroyed poor Reagan. Last time she fought, and that was like 3 or 4 years ago. So she might be a little rusty, so Paris might have a chance. But I feel in the end that Carrie Spectre will be too much for her and will outclass her. That's just my opinion. Now back to the fight I said between Angelina Knight and Ziva Faye. These two ladies, it's very apparent to me that these two ladies are not really enthralled with each other. If you've been paying attention to their Twitter stuff, Ziva is not liking the fans. She actually called them stupid, which I got a problem with that. I don't know why she said that. I don't know if she meant that as a joke, but we, as Cat Five fans, yes, we are interested. Yes, sometimes we're overbearing. Yes, but at the same time, we're trying to create matchups to help y'all out, help y'all make some extra money. So that should be a good fight. It's gonna be a battle of the tiny people in that one. I think one is 5'1", the other one I think is 5 foot. Advantage to Angelina for having experience recently fighting, like I said, Tori Miller recently. I don't think Ziva's been in a competitive cat fight. She has some Muay Thai experience though, so that should be interesting to see what happens, what becomes of that. All right, so yes, I'm still running it, still running this here at the moment. Like I said, I pretty much screwed up the first video, so I'm pretty much downloading that. I'm gonna re-download that one because that was terrible. Let's see what else we got here. So, like I said, I plugged quite a few people lately in these sections. Oh, by the way, Feisty Feminista and Christy Etzel will be going on tour in March. So if you have any custom ideas for both of those ladies, make sure you send them in. If you want to send money, contact Feisty Feminista at Gmail and contact Christy Tees at yahoo.com for your customs, and they'll be able to do that. And also, since this is Black History Month, make sure you support Feisty Feminista's clip store, which is called Feisty Fights. She has a few fights with. She has one oil wrestling match with Chrissy Esso. She has one with Sasha Steele. I think the one with Chrissy Esso was semi-competitive. Still don't matter. Make sure you get that one. It's worth it because you don't see very many Amazon women that can move. And the one with Sasha is, in my opinion, one of the better ones. So check that one out. They're both on Feisty Fights clip for sale. So check that out. Let's see who else has been going on. Other than that, I have not much more to say. I am killing time. So yeah, that's pretty much it right now. I don't want to wrap this show up quick because, like we said, a lot of things happen, a lot of things not happening. From the top. Make sure you, like I said, I'll repeat it myself again, but I'll say it again. Make sure you sponsor Lady Oyanka. If you're a fan of Lady Oyanka, she's been on the show before. She's been an excellent friend of me and Claus Webb. She has done great. Her production right now has been well. All of her cameras have been in focus, sharp. Aperture is looking good, and everything in between. So make sure, like I said, make sure you go and sponsor this one. This one's gonna be harder than the three because we have five outstanding ladies who are making names in the industry. Like I said before, we have people like Davina, Paris Love, Fasi Feminista, Mia Annabella, and April Hunter. The only one who's fairly new to these business is Paris Love, and Davina. The rest of these other three are veterans in this, and they know exactly what kind of customs the fans want and how to go about it. And and Leo Yaka has an imagination in her head that how she wants it to go. So we'll see what happens with that. Like I said, if you're interested in getting the Shakira versus Queen Gia fight, contact Queen Gia for that fight. Give her your opinions on the fight and what you thought, and hopefully she give you some feedback on that. Like I said, hopefully we can have Tilly over here next year. I don't know. I have to talk to her see if we can get that switched out. Like I said, in 2 weeks time, not this week, but in 2 weeks time, hopefully if we close to the fight, we can get her on there. The plan is to hopefully get Queen Gia on here again. We'll see if that becomes what becomes of that. And everything else we shall see at the moment. I am trying to find a way to get him in here. It's been a mess, a complete mess right now at this moment in time. Tank cover. Screen. So yes, we're coming to the end of the stream tonight. Coming at the end of the stream, I know there's a lot of dead air because I'm trying to figure out how to get this guy in here. But the show got to go on, as he said before. Show got to go on. Let's see. Sorry for my singing because I'm trying to find some way to make it work right now at this moment in time. Like I said, I've talked about USC. I've talked about I don't know if anybody saw that bare knuckle MMA thing where two ladies pretty much beat the heck out of each other, barefisted, pretty much punching each other into nauseum. By the end of the match, you saw both of them were bloody. I think there was a winner finally. There's a lot of people quoting on it. Some people good, some bad. Some say they did so great that they encourage women to do more of this. And there's some other people who are not liking it. So we'll see what becomes of what. Everybody has their opinions. We'll see. So yep, we're up and moving right now at the moment. Back hurting. I'll be all right. I'll live. We're trying to be as transparent as possible here. We're trying to get as many people as possible also. So like this is an invitation. I know I said it on Facebook and all that stuff, but if you're watching this show tonight, which I don't think anybody's watching this show tonight, but if you are, this is an invitation. If you are interested in coming on the show and being a guest on the show, contact Klaus Webb or myself and we'll get with you. We will get with you and give you all the information that you need possible to come onto the show. Fully come on the show. Okay, let's see. Monitor. Okay, let me jump out of that. I'm trying to play with this right now to get an idea of how to add people on here real quick as we go along here. Scheduler, healthcare. Okay, so we're still on here, still going along here. Like I said, the show started like late. When I mean late, I mean late, late. Things were not going right for us. It happens. It's business. But like I said, I don't have any more news to talk about right now because I pretty much said everything I need to say in the first 17 minutes. Man still hasn't answered my text on how to get him on here because once I get him on here, then we're up and running. But right now, not at this point, struggling at the moment. Yes, sir. So pretty much coming to a close. Like I said it before, and I'll probably say it again. We're coming to a close. Out of here. Trying to put them in here. Not happening. So much for the. I know this dead air is not great. I'm sorry, everybody. I apologize in advance right now, but we'll see what becomes of it. Trying to keep myself entertained for the minute. That's gonna send me a message, but I might miss that. So yep, I might end this show very quick right now. In fact, I probably will. No, I will not. We still got too much time left. Too much space to fill. So it'll be interesting to see what the fans think. It'll be interesting to see if everybody will give their top eight of pound for pound cat fighter list. And also, I can go on with my list. Since we're kind of slow right now, I can go on with my list of cat fighters from Tilly Town from last year that I liked. I think she had like 9 fighters, so she had 6 cat fights. Her top cat fight, in my opinion, in Clement Akufo's opinion, was definitely Lyric versus Davina. The rematch was definitely number 1 for me. Then GLL versus Hilly McReese was number 2, in my opinion. Number 3 for sure is probably going to be Alexa versus Ashley. I know this is recent, but I'm going to go with that. And then it's going to be, who else fought last year? Oh, my bad. Let me backtrack. Rewind. All right, so number 1 for me, and I kind of changed. Well, I didn't change it. I still got Lyric and Divina Part 2. Then I got Brooke versus Paris, number 2. Definitely number 2. Number 3 is going to be, what's number 3? Oh, yeah, number 3 is going to be GL Love versus Tilly. Number 4 is going to be Davina versus Dulce. Number 5 is Lyric versus Dulce. And then number 6 for me, and finally number 6 for me, it'll be Alexa Brooke versus Ashley. So that's my top 6 from last year's Tilly Town Catfights production. So fans, if you have any comments on those, or the top 8 pound for pound catfight list, or the Tilly Town list, make sure you write them in your comments when this video is posted up on Periscope and Twitter. Sorry, Periscope, Twitter, and YouTube. By the way, we're on all the platforms on YouTube, Periscope, and Twitter. Like I said, it's been an interesting night, so to speak, right now. At the end of the show, I'm going to give my at the end of the show, I'm going to give my social media accounts. But I want to talk. I want to highlight all the fighters that are doing work in the catfight business. I want to highlight Sarah Brooke, who is now the owner of Women's Mat Wrestling, since the owner of the group has now retired. So all the responsibility now is on Sarah Brooke, and she will be doing very well, as we all expect. She's a very busy lady with working in the bondage area, in the suction wrestlers and all that stuff. I want to highlight her real quick. I want to highlight Sexy Wife, who's been doing great work lately for doing work in all of her fights right now. She has been dominating all of her fights. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say no more on that. Make sure you check out her next fight with Sarah Brooke, which is going to be, in my opinion, these two ladies are going to be their toughest cat fight, in my opinion. So that's going to be great to see what becomes of that. See what happens there. Also want to highlight Lyric Lane, who is working out like a warrior, working out like a workout warrior right now, trying to get herself in shape for her fight against her unnamed opponent in about 20 days. But Lyric will be a force to be reckoned with. And according to her, she said she's going to be watching that fight between Sarah Brooke and Sexy Wife down the line to get an idea of her what Sexy Wife is going to do, because she's already fought Sarah Brooke 3 years ago, and that ended up being a draw. I can say it now because it's been 3 years. So I'm going to highlight Carrie Spectrum a little bit. She's been in and out lately on social media, but you will probably hear more about her in the future. I want to highlight Valor Catfights. Her catfight versus Gia Love, like I said, was #1 on my list for best catfights in 2020. If you haven't checked that video out, contact Valor or Gia for that one. It's a quality fight. One of the best catfights I've seen in a while. Also, continue to show your love and support for Queen Gia Love, as she's a busy lady. She's on tour right now and multiple places doing sessions. I hope she's not be on Orlando, probably Tampa, Staces. And Paris Love is also on tour eventually. So check out all of them. Support all the ladies who do fashion, who do session wrestling, who do bonding, cat fights, who do wrestling. Support them all. And the best thing that we as fans can do, let's not let's not buy stuff and just give it to give it to other people, Lord. Let's just buy stuff, producers' hands. That's the most important thing. Privacy is not the answer. Piracy is not. As fans, we have to understand that it's important to keep the ladies safe in every position. Understand that there's certain things that the ladies will what we want. So we have to abide by the rules by the producers and the ladies. It's okay, bro. In the end, they're the ones who are going for it. We just wait and then talk about it at the end of it. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and talk about my socials right now. You can reach me at Clem Akufo 248 at Facebook.com. Clem Akufo, the same at Twitter.com. Do I have anything else? Here, but you can reach him on Facebook still. I think he has Instagram. Might not have it that very much longer. You can reach Cause Web at Twitter. I think Keys are I think, and probably the same on Instagram. So right now, the moment, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Even the people who didn't watch, thank you for watching. Sorry, my partner in crime couldn't make it today. My name is Clem Akufo. For the parts unknown, we are out. Have a good night.